have a look at the individual lanes now. Graham Headman of Woodford Green, Essex Ladies, 46-47 this season, a member of the English relay squad in the Commonwealth Games last season. Well, Ewan Thomas, he's got a good lane. Not entirely convincing in qualification. He's had a difficult season, but looked tight, had to work very hard to get to this final. Sean Baldock there in the third lane, Belgrave Harrier, multiple relay medalist, of course, 46.10, will go off very quickly indeed. Well, still an unknown quantity in a sense, despite a recent 45.58. Ian Mackey, former 100-metre semi-finalist at the Olympic Games, close to 10 seconds dead. He's converted to 400 metres with some success. Well, Daniel Keynes, the World Indoor silver medalist at the beginning of this season, European bronze medal last year, at home. This is the home track of the Birchfield Harriers. Another Birchfield Harrier, Dwayne Thornadejo, a former European 400-metre champion, outdoors and in. Well, this is the man that beat Jamie Bolsh when Bolsh slowed down in the qualification for this. He broke 47 seconds for the first time in that semi-final to take his best to 46.82. Well, Jared Deacon, not near his best at the moment, member of the Commonwealth 4x4 relay team, lead-off man in the Commonwealth and the European Championships, 46.45 this season, almost a second down. Well, Daniel Keynes has yet to win a race this season. This could be the one, but it's not going to be easy. He's got a lane outside Ian Mackey, and Mackey will feed off Daniel Keynes. It's a very good draw for Ian Mackey. It really is. This young man is a novice at the event, really, but shown such promise. And Ewan Thomas, drawn in the second lane, a nervous look. Well, at least Ewan will have them all in his sights, and that will be an advantage for his judgment of the race.
On your marks.
The final of the men's 400 metres. Headman, Thomas, Baldock, Mackey, Keynes, Thornadejo, Chat and Deacon. Mackey's gone off quite well. Not a lot in it though as they go into the back straight for the first time. Ladejo is going very quickly, chased by Daniel Keynes, and Mackey looks very comfortable. Ewan Thomas working very hard in the second lane now. And Thornadejo at 200 metres, and Keynes now making some headway, but Mackey is there with him. Ewan Thomas struggling really at 200 metres, but here comes Keynes on Ladejo. Mackey a little bit of work to do now. Ladejo and Keynes, the two Birchfield Harriers, with Mackey, the Scot, in third place. They're coming to the straight, and here comes Daniel Keynes. Keynes, Britain's #1. Now, has he got the strength to hold this? I think he has. Thorn Ladejo coming through, and look at Mackey. Wonderful run. Keynes wins. Ladejo gets the second place. Mackey gets the third. Baldock comes through to fourth. 45.56. And that is a marvellous run by Keynes. Forget the time. It was very competitive. He needed to win a race at this stage of the season. He really did. All the Britons were there. And in front of his home crowd, there's nothing sweeter. 45.56. But I have to say that Ian Mackey is improving race by race. Once he gets a little bit of experience in this, he's going to do some real damage. I'm convinced of that. It's his first season at 400 metre running. They're the first two, the two Birchfield Harriers. But really, Steve, Mackey was very impressive there.
Well, he was very impressive indeed, but not quite as much as Danny Keynes. He came here with a little bit of pressure on him. His season hasn't been going quite as well as he wanted. There's Ian Mackey. And Mackey shaking his head there, maybe thinking, I was looking for something a little bit better once more. He's improved his personal best on every occasion, but you can't do it in every race. And he found today in a big championship race, let's just have a look at it, that you can't always run a personal best. And I just felt as though the race maybe didn't quite live up to expectations. I think we all expected Danny Keynes to win. I think the conditions probably played some part in that down the back straight. There's still quite a stiff breeze. We were looking to maybe for 2 or 3 athletes to get close to the qualifying time apart from Keynes. Thomas never really got into it. I think maybe he was hoping to work off Baldock, and Baldock went off very slowly. Didn't go through that first 200 very quickly at all, so Thomas at this point is adrift. Mackie looked as though he could threaten Ledejo, who's probably surprised everybody in these championships by how competitive he's been. Looked for a minute as though he maybe could give Keynes something to think about in the home straight, but this point is where Keynes starts to pull away again, and looking good here. He's still not running with the fluidity I think that he had last year, Danny Keynes. Don't quite know why that is, but he's had a few little problems in the early part of the season, trying to get rid of them, but really he's got to run in now. He's got 3 4 weeks or so to try and get himself really in top shape for the World Championships. But behind him, as you said, Ian Mackie impressive. Ledejo surprising a few with his form here, but they're still a little way off what's required if they get there to get selected. They run too slow here, maybe not the best conditions, but a competitive race nonetheless. But Danny Keynes has shown that he is just a little bit better than the rest here.
Went with the script, but the Birchfield Harrier, as you say, he lacks a little bit of edge at the moment. He hasn't had quite the number of races he would have liked. Had a little bit of flu in the middle when he should have been really getting some good racing in. Hasn't had as many quality races as he would like, and perhaps his confidence is down slightly. This win will have done a great deal to enhance that. They did. Danny Keynes 45.56. Ledejo, a season's best at 45.93, and another good time by Mackie at 46.10 in third place. And Ewan Thomas, well, his season's fallen apart here with a 8th place at 47.13.